Welcome back. Dr. Aaron Chadwick here, part of Your Nutrition Physicians. Do you suffer from indigestion, gas and bloating, or do you get acid reflux or hiccups, anything like that, constipation? Those have a lot to do with what's called indigestion, and we can heal indigestion naturally. Now, there's a lot of things that we can use to help to heal indigestion because the digestive system has different parts to it. For example, some people have hydrochloric acid insufficiency. They don't have enough hydrochloric acid in their stomach. Some people have not enough enzymes in their pancreas for their intestinal system to work properly. Some people don't have enough bile flow from their liver, or they had their gallbladder removed, or they have sludge in their gallbladder, and that can all lead to indigestion. So today we're talking about a couple of simple steps that you can do to help you with your indigestion. Let's talk about them. First of all, for healing indigestion, you got to make sure you drink enough water. It sounds simple, but drink water in between the meals, not with the foods. You don't want to drink water with your meals because it dilutes your hydrochloric acid. And it's your hydrochloric acid that helps digest your food. So if you drink water with your meals, you're going to dilute your hydrochloric acid and your enzymes, so you won't have as an effective a way to digest your food, especially when we start getting older. When we're below 30 years old, that typically doesn't count or doesn't take place because we have enough digestive enzymes in our reserve to be able to digest food, and we have enough acid as youngsters or younger people to be able to handle and digest the foods too. But water in between is very helpful because water also carries nutrients to your cells. And in your cells is where you make enzymes and use enzymes. So water is very important when it comes to that. The other thing is mindful eating. What is mindful eating? It means sitting down and be ready for your meal, not thinking about something else, thinking about your food and enjoying each bite. It makes a difference with healing indigestion. It really does. Why? Because we have the ability when we're slow and we're relaxed, when we chew our food, where our body makes more enzymes and more hydrochloric acid. You get to taste the flavor of the food better too when you mindfully eat, and you eat slowly, and you take about 20 to 25 bites per mouthful. That's also very helpful too. But mindful eating means not to be stressed out when you're eating. Because when we're in a stress mode, our body's in the fight or flight mode. It's not set up to digest when you're supposed to be fighting or flighting. So you want to be relaxed when you eat and just enjoy your food. The next thing is proper food combining. That's a big one. It's been around for a long time, especially in people over 30 years old. What does that mean? Well, we have different groups of foods. There's basically three different types we call macronutrients. Macronutrients are just things like protein, right? We have proteins, we have carbs, and we have fats. And that's the basic three big categories of foods, right? So proteins include things like chicken and fish and turkey and eggs. Even things like lentils and split peas, those are good sources of protein also, as well as nuts and seeds. Now, no food only has one of the three. They usually have a combination, but whatever they're most predominant in, whatever they have the most of, we call that in that category. That's why we say that protein is more, like I said, chicken, fish, turkey, eggs, lentils, stuff like that. Those are protein foods. Your carbs, more specifically, your starchy carbs, like grains, like rice, like quinoa, like pasta, bread, bagels. Those are wheat, right? Those are all grains. Those are considered to be carbs or starchy carbs. Fats would be things like avocados, coconuts, even like nuts and seeds. Those are good sources of fat, as well as certain types of oils or other foods like olives are a real good source of healthy fats, right? I like olives and I like olive oil. And here are some dangerous things that I keep on my board here that tell you not to use these things ever. Not just talking about healing your digestive system and getting rid of indigestion, but in every area you don't want to use these things, because these type of oils are very detrimental and cause inflammation in your body, and they will definitely lead to indigestion. So watch out for all liquid oils, vegetable oils, soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, or any vegan spreads. Those are very toxic to your body. I talk about them very often because we know that they're very dangerous. Not only do they lead to indigestion, but they lead to more serious problems, because inflammation is at the cornerstone of all sorts of chronic degenerative diseases. What are those? Things like diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, autoimmune diseases. They all have their origin when the cells don't work right, when there's too much inflammation, and these guys here are at the bottom of that. Even the vegan spread. So even if it says organic or mixed with butter or mixed with olive oil, do not use vegan spreads. Even if it says no trans fats, those are very, very toxic to your body in many areas of your body. So going back to this, we want to be able to have proper food combining. This has been around since the 1800s. They used to call themselves food hygienists. They would use proper combinations of food to reduce inflammation because they realized that certain foods, when they're combined together, would cause indigestion. Proteins, for example, chicken, fish, turkey, even steak. Keep those. You want to use your proteins together with your veggies. Your vegetables should be at the top of your food plate, or the most on your plate. You should have more vegetables than anything else on your plate. Why? Because vegetables are very high nutrient content and they're very low calories. And they provide fiber and a lot of great things for our bodies. So we want to combine vegetables with protein. That's easier to digest. Then we want to combine carbohydrates, like those things I mentioned, like pastas, quinoa, rice. Those are grainy and starchy kind of foods. They go better with vegetables too, right? But we do not want to combine proteins and carbs together. That's going to be a no-no because the combination of the proteins and carbs, the starches are very long-chain sugars, and they're difficult to digest. And the proteins, like chicken, fish, turkey, are long-chain amino acids. They are more difficult to digest. Together, it makes it very hard, and it can lead to indigestion. So you always want to use your protein with your veggies and your carbs with your veggies, but never mix proteins with carbohydrates. I want to also mention the use of antacids. Probably the biggest category of selling medication in this country is people using antacids because indigestion is a very big problem. Utilizing prescription antacids for more than 4 months is not advisable. And you may be listening out there and you've been using this stuff for years. And these antacids have a lot of detrimental effects in the body. One of the biggest problems with antacids is that they reduce the acid in your stomach. And it's true that they do reduce the symptom of the acid reflux, but unfortunately, they also greatly diminish or reduce the ability for your body to utilize calcium and other minerals. So there's good research out there showing that excessive use of antacids will lead to bone problems like osteoporosis and bone thinning. So be very careful. So please talk to your doctor about that. So again, if you're above the age of 30, start doing some proper food combining, like I'm suggesting here. You can always go online too and Google proper food combining. Charts everywhere that'll tell you more specifically which exact foods. But as a general statement, again, we're going to use the proteins with the veggies. We'll use the carbs with the veggies. But not the carbs with the protein. As far as fats are concerned, those are fine in moderation. You don't want to eat a whole avocado at a meal. You want to eat about a quarter avocado because it is heavier to digest, and nuts and seeds are also heavier. You can have some, 2 tablespoons of nuts and seeds is really good at a meal. That's enough. Because again, the fats like the avocados, coconuts, nuts and seeds, olives, they're really good, but just not in excess, okay? All right, this is Dr. Aaron Chadwick, part of Your Nutrition Physicians. Thanks for watching. Also, please follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can push your button to give you notifications when we're doing different events. Every Monday night, we have a free question and answer period, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. My wife, Dr. Wanda, and I have dedicated an hour every Monday night from 7 o'clock Eastern Time to 8 o'clock, and we talk about answering your health questions on different topics. So you can look us up, Your Nutrition Physicians, and again, you can look us up at Facebook Live and on Instagram Live Monday at 7 o'clock. This is Dr. Aaron Chadwick, part of Your Nutrition Physicians. Resolve for today. God bless you guys. Stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.